Hello and welcome to the ADC playoffs. We're finally here. Months and months and months and months and months with a bit of a break and months of play have finally brought us this action. All teams have played 18 matches. We are now here for the first round. Of course, if you place up higher, you won't have to play till later on in the playoffs. But for this first match, we have Starsboba, the boys from Vietnam, going up against LGD.au, the boys from, obviously, AU, standing for Australia. Well, exactly where I'm from myself, Tobi will bring you all the action for this amazing, amazing match. It could be amazing, it could be absolutely terrible, but it will probably be amazing. It is a best of 3. That's the way the playoffs will actually go from now on, as it will be best of 3 until the final stage, at which point we'll actually be looking at a best of 5, will be the way we'll actually go through our grand finals. May I please have some sleep before that match, or else I will pass out. And it's happened before. You haven't seen the pictures from SMM. I literally passed out right smack bang there on the stage. That was shortly after the eHome vs LGD match, so yeah, great times, great times. But our great times will be actually had here. We'll just resize this window so we're all good to go, and we'll actually go through the drafting stage. A drum roll as we just scroll ourselves into the game, and here we are. All right, so looking at your lineup here, we actually have. Well, you can't actually see the players. We'll tell you that in a second. I can tell you now, Star's not on the team. We have Recliner, who's actually replacing him for this one. Star is currently in China, so will not be. He's the consistent man of LGD.au. He's their 5th. Will not be appearing this time around. People will thank, people will hate. Who knows? We'll find out. But Black Shaitan will be for the Sentinel side this time around. Of course, as I said, best of 3. So they go work them with their asses off here. And coming into the ban pool already, Visage, Broodmother, as well as Doombringer. SB removing out the Syllabear as well as Enigma. Now, obviously, Syllabear being removed, we've seen so many freaking times through SMM just how powerful Shaitan actually was with that bear. Obviously, it's great. Not appearing this time around though. Actually looking into Black Shaitan's bans at the moment, like Twin-Headed Dragon. Surprised to see them take that one out. I do know he is a very favourite pick there of well, Shaitan again as well. But a lot of the MCD guys do like to rotate him in and out. SB taking up their 3rd and final ban is ES, so the Earthshaker has been removed, and Black Shaitan hitting up with their first pick straight off the cuff here. Not quite sure about this one as well. Morphling, he has been tweaked slightly with his replicant as well as through his, I think it's his strength. His main strength got changed around. We need Syndrome for that one, but hey, he's not here. He's sleeping and working. But yes, Morphling has actually been taken out of the pool for this one. So back over to the Starsboba side. I'm not a big fan of actually picking your carry straight up, especially a hero like Morphling, one of those heroes which, you know, they can half take it, they don't have to take. And then SB has open wide to have a Pugna come in as their first pick. Now Pugna, one of those amazing heroes, has been tweaked for the new patch. We're still playing with the older versions. As I said, the first 2 rounds when we played on the older version of Dota, obviously we all knew that Ice Frog gave us a bit of a Christmas stocking gift with the new version 6.70. Which is now up to C as well. They've actually managed to go through so many freaking things. We're actually up to the C version. Windrunner coming up as their 2nd pick as well. So hopefully we'll actually have that one going. Alchemist coming up as well as VS for Black Shaitan has come into the mix. Now guys, I'm actually going to, pop that one up for a second because we actually have someone actually calling through. We'll see who it is, and the question is, do we actually have Syndra in here, or who do we actually have?
That would be your mother.
It is my mother. It is, in fact, Syndra, and I just realised I had him on mute the entire time, and even if he did call in, it wouldn't have actually come up. But Syndra, welcome to the phone call, dude. It's great to actually have you here. Hopefully you are currently watching the stream, which I will put back up for everyone out there at home who wishes to actually see.
No, I just saw you called me, so I figured I'd call you back.
Fantastic. At the moment, Syndra will then be hitting into his Internet Explorer to go to onestop.net, view the stream.
Internet Explorer?
Or you can have Firefox, I don't know. I was going to go with Internet Explorer because it said Internet. Or Google Chrome if you so desire. And Syndra can actually join me for, we're still in the draft, dude. Obviously, for he who has just joined us, we'll explain it for him as well as everyone else who has just joined in as well. We're here for the Asian Dota Championships, LGD.au going up against Starsboba, so Australia versus Vietnam in the first round of what I think is 9 rounds they have to get through. So whoever wins this has to win another 8 rounds to win the ADC. This is a best of 3. All matches will be best of 3 until the grand final, which will then be a best of 5. But it's best of 3 for now. And Syndra, you should actually be able to see the stream as well. Obviously, you won't be able to commentate live because we're actually inside the game too. So we're not going off Wild TV, not going off Garena TV. We're actually live inside the game, so we'll just use you for special comments. and help us actually explain a lot of different things as well. Actually catching up as well for everyone who I haven't been talking about it so far. Witch Doctor has been the third pick up here for SB, so finishing off their first three with Pugner, Windrunner and Witch Doctor. Coming up for Black Shaitan, the LGD.au side, Morphling, Alchemist and VS, and they've come up with their first bands as well, obviously being Twin-Headed Dragon, sorry, Visage, why don't I go Twin-Headed Dragon, why even they? Visage, Broodmother, Doombringer, as well as, whoa, Wild TV stream failed. Doombringer as well as Batrider has all been taken out of the mix, and Starsboba have removed the Lone Druid, Enigma, ES, as well as Potom. And Syndrin, do we actually have you watching the game now?
Yes, we do, and yeah, I just looked at the bands you just mentioned, and on my stream, Shaitan is counting down at, he just banned Necrolite now, so I'm a little bit behind, I guess, but nothing too much.
Yeah. Luckily, we do actually have a play-by-play man in the game. So, Syndrin, of course, I rely so heavily on you to explain what is actually happening sometimes. It's just so freaking insane. Like, you look at the lineups right now, and Black Shaitan coming up with Morphling, Alchemist being picked again as well as VS. Now, Alchemist, haven't seen him a lot in the latest games. I say latest games in the last couple of weeks, but Shaitan still wants to go with him. No, do you think there's going to be a hidden meaning behind it, or is he literally just going, you know what, I'm going to get default?
I think the LGD.au boys are settling for. They know how Starsboba like to play. Starsboba are really good at the early parts of the game. They're really strong at, especially early and mid game. Usually Starsboba don't take the games far in. If they go into super late game, they usually lose to the other Chinese teams or whatever they're facing. So I think Shaitan maybe kept that in mind. Of course, getting some standard picks here, as you said, but also making sure to get some carry power. Having the stronger late game as they clearly have right now, it almost doesn't matter what Starsboba pick up right now, unless if they get a DOTA, which I don't think I've ever seen them playing with. Then they'll lose the end game to this Morphling and Alchemist combo. Lots of minus armor coming out of the Cloud and the Hall of Terror from Vengeful Spirit, and that's gonna tear them to pieces, I think. So Shaitan settling a little bit more for late game, and we'll see if Starsboba can push this through, because they've got Pugner and Witch Doctor, two really good pushing heroes already.
Yeah, that they definitely do, and well, Starsboba, they are counting down the time to actually see who they're actually going to go for. We did see the last bands, Necrolite and Pug, I think as you said. Clockwork Goblin is the fourth pick up here from Black Shaitan. So going up for that, well, the first melee hero of the entire game. Clockwork Goblin, one of those heroes which a lot of people, well, he did appear a lot during SMM. Not many of the stage matches, unfortunately, so I didn't get to really see him get played a hell of a lot. But he will be appearing in this one. I know LGD.au got very disappointed at SMM. They had so many strats they wanted to try, but didn't actually get out of the group stages, so they really couldn't play everything they wanted to. So ADC, they have to play every single match, well, as it's their last. In fact, it is their last. Whoever loses this is out of the ADC. That's the way it goes down. And Slada comes up for SB, and Black Shaitan already knows what he wants. He goes CM, straight off the cuff. So Black Shaitan's ends up lineup for the LGD.au start will be Morphling, Alchemist, Vengeful Spirit, Clockwork Goblin, and then couple it with a Crystal Maiden. Starsboba will be playing with Pugner, Windrunner, Witch Doctor, and then Slada on top of it as well. And we still actually have one more hero for them to actually pick up, but Slada to come up. We haven't seen one of those in, well, a couple of months now, Synd.
No, but the last one you saw was probably from Starsboba as well, because I remember they had a really interesting lineup in some game in which they had Slada and Juggernaut, and they beat a top team with it. I don't remember which one it was. I'll have a look at that one right now. But yeah, that's interesting, and I think Slada is somewhat a forgotten hero, because the way the game is being played right now, of course he's not that strong on the tri lane. He's somewhat not so good on that one, because he needs to get in close to get his stun off and etc. But still, being a melee carry is probably the biggest weakness, if you could say that at this point. But he makes up for that with that ultimate, because if you've got some sort of ranged carry together with Slada, that ranged carry deals like 1.5 times damage on every single hit. And
you picked it perfectly.
We'll see.
You absolutely picked it perfectly. They actually go ranged carry as their fifth, and Dwarven Sniper will actually come out. So the rollout As we're going to go, we're going to have Recliner playing as our Morphling heading towards the top lane. Someone can spam me up about who he actually really is later on. Tonnerre will be moving towards the middle lane as the Vengeful Spirit. Bongman, also known as Escobar, heading towards that middle lane as well. Black Shaitan will be playing as our Clockwork Goblin, with Dab playing as the Alchemist, a hero which I really think he's really suited for as well. Dab is just one of those guys which he can play gank, he can play carry, he can play support. He's just one of those guys which I can't really just love everything he does. Even now, I love the Clockwork Goblin rocket firing off here. He wants to see if anyone's going to move out early on. In fact, no one from the Scourge has actually moved out just yet. We'll check the top lane. In fact, actually, the top lane does get hit. Pugner heading up there. So we actually have, well, if he stops moving fast enough, Car will be playing as our, or KA, I'm going to call him Car, with no R, silent R, or no visible R. For the top lane, we'll have our Pugner up there. Dwarven Sniper, SS, will be playing as him in the middle. And here comes another rocket, exposing the tri-lane on the bottom, where we see Slider, Witch Doctor, and Windrunner. So already they literally know where every single hero is going to be, and we'll interested to actually see where LGD.au actually move their lights from now on, because obviously they know where everyone's going to be, Synd. How are they actually going to go? It's like, do we keep our same lineups? Doesn't look like they're changing much.
No, this is interesting, because the question is if they have enough faith in their own tri-lane to beat this one. One of their options is just to put a solo guy bottom and get him nerfed, because there's no way he's going to get any farm against two ranged heroes and a Slada, and then putting their own tri-lane up top and getting a lot of farm on that carry. Or they can say, alright, maybe our tri-lane is the strongest and we could take the battle, but right now it seems like the Starsboba guys are moving as well, so we might even see dual lanes coming out of this, as it seems that Windrunner is going somewhere else. Yeah,
Windrunner want to be in the middle here. VS already on an Invis rune right now, so it's probably going to initiate here on SS at the right time. Now they're going to come in. There goes no Magic Missile just yet. The CM Frost goes off. Now Magic Missile. SS will be the first one to go down, and Tony is actually the last person to get the last hit, so, well, not exactly according to plan. Clockwork Goblin should have taken that one out. They're still claiming that one off, and AR is caught in no man's land, doing absolutely nothing. He was seen back going mid, but obviously indecision got the better of him, Synd.
Yeah, and I don't see any reason to send this guy bottom right now. I think he's going to ward, and then we'll see what comes out of it. Either they should be pushing that bottom lane with all three heroes against that totally helpless Alchemist down here, or just keeping Witch Doctor Slada there, because obviously a dual lane is going to stomp this Alchemist to pieces, and Slada will have free farm. If Alchemist tries to get a creep, there comes the stun, then the Witch Doctor follows up, and Alchemist is dead. So I'm not sure what role Windrunner is supposed to play on this lane right now. It seems like she's just wasting her time. Yeah,
she came in. I'm wondering if she was actually going to go for the shackle shot. Moving in behind the tower was kind of like a coming out from this one. Why is Al doing this save? Because there's no stream now.
Yes, you answered your own question.
Awesome, fantastic. I'll get him to actually answer it as well. So no GTV, no WAG TV, the whole thing is literally gone kaput. And it's moments like this that I'm very, very happy I'm actually inside the game. This is why you should put your shoutcast during the game. Cough, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Dedicated stream that you can put up and down at any point. It's great. But 1 minute and a couple of, well, almost 2 minutes into the game right now. Morphling still free farming up there on the top lane. We do see Slider, and this is what I do like. And even though Alchemist, you're right, he's helpless as far as melee goes, especially if he gets in close to Slider. But the fact that he's actually got that Toxic Spray on top of the Goblin's Greed as well, it is a great way to actually farm straight away. VS actually coming in towards the middle lane right now. The Magic Missile goes off. Witch Doctor a little bit too far out. Frost Blast as well. Bounty Sun goes off, and it will actually slow them down enough. Sniper might even make the most of this one. Small quick shots actually going off on Tony, and now Clockwork Goblin comes in. Mini Stun going off the back as well. They might actually keep the pressure on SS. They do see the Witch Doctor, who has turned himself around. Magic Missile almost not Clockwork Goblin. Shaitan, can he get in? He does. One last hit actually comes through. SS also getting blasted. Windrunner coming in from the side here. My game's lagging a little bit here. Black Shaitan try to run himself down towards that bottom rune. He's not going to make it into the Roche pit. Will he go? No, one hit. Healing Slab goes off. It's enough HP for the moment. Rocket goes off as well. He's not high enough level, but he's actually managed to juke the Windrunner out. Went up high towards the secret shop. Windrunner checking the corners. Clockwork Goblin comes back in again and goes, oh crap, did not want to be part of this one. Back around the corner, goes for the Fog of War once again, actually running back through the trees. Windrunner is waiting for him to actually come back out again. Shaitan comes in close. Mini rockets go off. VS does come in. The shackle shot is gone. One more hit. Can Clockwork Goblin get close enough? Rocket it is. And in comes the Slider as well. Great play. Black Shaitan just wasting the time of the other hero. And